Good morning, good evening, geniuses. I hope you're all doing good. And what a difference a day makes. I was talking yesterday about being burnt out, and I was definitely feeling it after Christmas and New Year's. But then today, I go outside and the sun's shining, birds are chirping. Definitely not for all of you in January. And people are back to work, but I am not today. So, it's the little things that make everything a little better. So, I was thinking about a lot of things to talk about today, and I'm not sure where to go, but I thought of one topic, and that is just YouTuber fame. Because as I start this new channel, and I have some others that I won't disclose to you, but as I start this one, yes, of course, I'd love to have lots of people listening, watching, commenting, and getting something useful out of what I'm saying. But to be honest, I think it's kind of a lot more just for my own self to be thinking out loud. And if you know about INFJs, you know that we're constantly in our heads and we're constantly being creative, thinking out real scenarios and mythical ones, whatever. Lots of different things rolling around in the brains. And so being present perhaps in the real world to some extent and just talking about what we're thinking about, what our plans are, that's useful. And I really hope that this can be useful to somebody. Just hearing the things that I've been thinking about, where I'm at presently in our world, and because that's one of the things I wanted to talk about was I would assume, but I don't know, that most INFJs are very aware of the good versus evil battle that we're that most of us are in the middle of right now, between the powerful and the working class, for a lack of better ways to say it. And as always, I'll be watching the words that I use on here. But things just keep getting heated up more and more, and you don't even have to watch the regular news to know that. Just all over social media, all the things that are happening, you can see it. And so on this channel, I'm not going to get into the theory, plural, behind things that are going on, but I will just say, as an INFJ who has done probably what could be considered stupid amounts of research the last 5, 10 years, that we got big things coming for the world. And the people on the good side have had enough, and we're not going to just go quietly into the night and take whatever the evil ones hand us. We've done that as far as we can see since the beginning of time. And thanks to the internet and the age of information that we're living in, it's unavoidable. I mean, you can keep your head in the sand, but it's a choice now. And anyone who keeps their head in the sand at this point, it's just a choice they've made. So they're going to have to deal with that. But for myself and most INFJs, we utterly refuse to do that. And for, I think, most people in the world, I mean, you can be ignorant for years or a certain amount of time, but when it starts affecting your personal life and your personal goals for the next 10, 20 years, 50 years, and for your children especially, that's where it really hits home to a lot more people, because even the normals, shall we say, in the world that don't want to wake up and want to keep their head in the sand, there is a breaking point where all of this stuff starts to cross that line into normal world, and it's not normal world anymore. It's everything's changing. So depending on where you're at in this world, there's a lot of stuff going on in the United States, and uh, more big things that are supposed to happen this week, as far as the House taking over, or as far as the Republicans taking the House back, and a certain billionaire, mega famous, who runs a, how should I say this? He's been putting rockets up into the air, and he's going to be releasing more on his app that he just bought that has something to do with a birdie. And it's about the sickness that was unleashed a few years ago. Have I coded that enough? And the main doctor behind it in the United States, who allowed the lies to be spread basically to the world, starting with the United States. And yeah, that is the big one. I think we've had a lot of information dropping the last few months, thanks to that person and a lot of other people as well, and a lot of other people over the years. But this new promise drop this week is said to be enormous, and he has promised it's only going to get bigger. And so far, he's been keeping his word and keeping his promise. So we have no reason to doubt him. But I would say no matter what, if you're paying attention, you can see the things that are coming. And so in the most hidden way possible that I can say it, keep getting prepared. Or if you haven't gotten prepared with your home, food, water, and those kinds of things, now is the time for sure. I've personally been saying that for years already, and for a while I felt kind of dumb for trying to tell people that, but a couple years later, it's not sounding so dumb anymore. It's sounding pretty intelligent, and that's not a credit to me any more than all of the other people that have been sounding the alarm, and it's just INFJs and many others who can discern all of these dots and connect them together. And if there's one of the greatest lessons I've learned the last, 5, 10 years or so, it's to not care what people think about me anymore. And so you shouldn't care about what people think about you. You should only care what God thinks of you. And that's a difficult truth to accept too, because even though I've prayed about it and prayed for God to show me the depth of evil and how it's affected me as well, even being aware of it, it's a tough prayer to pray and to ask to be healed, forgiven, cleansed from those things. Yeah, not easy. And if you're honest with yourself, even if you believe in God, you don't want to say the words or think them, because you know He's listening. And because you're not always sure how He's going to cleanse you, right? So these are the kinds of deep truths or blunt truths that you'll get from this channel, I hope. is, I would say the same thing, but in a much different way if I was on, I don't know, Telegram or Facebook, or just doing my more normal things on social media. And maybe you can understand that. And I guess I'm still deciding how much I want to talk to the INFJs directly on here and how much I want to just talk to everybody. But it's probably going to be a little bit of both because it's just better that way. And because there are going to be different people listening, clicking on the channel, whatever, clicking on a video, if the title is just right and it's clickbait for somebody, hey, fantastic. But only if it helps. And I'm not going to go out of my way to do the clickbaity videos whatsoever. In fact, I'm trying to be pretty generic or run-of-the-mill on purpose so far. And that's just because I want to attract the right people. And so if you're listening and you're getting where I'm coming from, then fantastic. So back to the topic I think I meant to start with originally, which was the YouTube famers or YouTuber fame. And we live in a world now where I questioned starting my own channel like this because I have so many friends who are kind of doing their own thing, right? And nowadays, it's like if you don't have a podcast or a YouTube channel, you're not even online, almost. At least it feels that way to those who are doing it. And so, what's the point of creating yet another channel when there's hundreds of thousands of them? I have no idea how many there are. And I settled on the reason that because you'll always find your tribe, family, like-minded friends, because we're fishing in a pond that is the size of the whole world and 7 billion plus people. So really, at the end of the day, as they say, it really doesn't matter if several million people are annoyed or don't like what you have to say and how you say it, all that stuff. In the same way, we have to worry about who's, listening or who we're talking to in our immediate family and circle. It just doesn't matter. If they like you, if they want to hear what you have to say, they're going to keep listening, they're going to subscribe. So, like I started out with, I would love it if a lot of people were getting something out of what I was saying, but really, if I think ahead 10, 20 years, if I keep doing this channel, I really don't care as much as if there's at least a small group that are getting something good from it. And because INFJs are idealists and we're humanitarians, we just like to help people, teach people, counsel, and all that kind of stuff. So, yeah, those are the best moments for us in this whole social media, whatever you want to call it, influencer world, is when we get that one message from somebody, the comment, they're just like, wow, that was the greatest thing ever that you did, that video. Not because it boosts our ego. Of course, we're human. It feels good. But it's really just, wow, I almost didn't make that video or that post or whatever. And it really helped them. They got something out of it. That was, moo. That was their wow moment of the week or day, whatever. And that's great because really that's the goal that we're going for. So, yeah, not sure where to segue, but I guess that's what this video is about, is just starting a new year. You can start new things, whether you're an INFJ or any of the other 15 personalities that we go by using the MBTI. You can start something new online, you can start a new endeavor, and not worry about what other people think. And that's one of the beauties of the internet, is you don't have to just fish in the little pond, which is your city or town, and try to pander to the people around you because that's all there is. No, you can just figure out that one specific idea, that plan, that goal, get that clear vision in your mind that you have, and just go for it. And just make it as clear as possible to the people online. Not so much like this channel, which is just a rambling on of different topics, but I guess I'm trying to pick at least one topic per video that you can maybe get something out of. And so we are talking about new endeavors and social media fame. But as far as fame goes, it's fleeting, and many famous people have told us, shown us that it's not all it's cracked up to be, and neither is money. So stop chasing money, stop chasing fame. If you can do a channel, something like this, or totally different, and you're doing it because it's good for you personally, then do it. If you're doing it because you want to try to get subscribers and likes and stuff like that, then do not do it, because you're going to wake up several days later, or a week, a few months, and you're going to realize, wow, I just wasted a whole lot of time. Because I've already done it. Been there, done that several times with new fathomed ideas that I thought, oh yeah, this is going to be the next great thing. But it wasn't. And so do the right things for the right reasons, for you and for everybody, and you'll be much happier. And yeah, I think that's a good note to end on. I'm just going to try to stick with one topic in the next videos, or from now on. That way I have a clear title and sort of a clear purpose. But yeah, I'll go around on some different topics and some different things. It's going to be a crazy year, and things just keep getting crazier. So I'm going to send out the warning again right now, and friendly reminder to get yourself prepared for, I don't want to say worst case scenario, imagine meteors or something, but we could have some scare things coming, which might not even be legit. And I guess I have to leave it there too, because there's just so many rumors going around about what could happen. But just imagine what happened in 2020 and multiply that by 100, whether it was true or not. And imagine how people might react. Kind of scary. And if that happens, you don't want to be out at the store. Let's just put it that way. So forget about all the theories, rumors, all that. And as an INFJ, or just a discerning person in general, look at what we've gone through the last few years and imagine if things got a lot worse because of any major event. And it would probably not be too fun. And that's all you need to know. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to start this year off right by continuing to prepare for unknowns, and that's going to give me more peace of mind. I realize it's not easy for everybody to do that in the same amounts, but something is better than nothing. And it doesn't really take a lot of money per se to do that. You can cut corners in other places. Right now, I could be buying little toys or whatever for myself, but I'm just refusing to do it because I think the world is at a turning point where big changes are coming, whether we like it or not. And I just want to be as prepared as possible for myself and all my friends and family. So that's what I'm doing. I'm making that the focus, and I'm delaying any gratification until 2024 or 2030, whatever the case may be. And I guess I'll know when it gets there. But that's also kind of the INFJ frame of mind, is just delay, delay, delay gratification, because we all have a bigger purpose. So until next time, I'm going to try to do 2 of these per day, and we'll see how that goes. And just remember, hey, I'm an INFJ, so consistency is not one of my strong points per se when it comes to schedule. But I'm going to do my best, and even if it's just 1 a day or as much as possible, I'm going to try to keep putting out the good vibes to you all. So, see you later, geniuses!